Episode 13, because I can count and Doug can't. I'm gonna talk about the same thing that Doug did, the Gravelot Spring Fundo. It was, honestly, it renewed so many things for me, because for the last couple years I've been doing a lot of riding by myself or with one or two other people, and I have completely missed out on a lot of group rides. I've just been choosing so many other things in life over doing big group rides, but setting off with 45 or 50 or however many people showed up, I know it was at least 40, but leaving in a big group and being surrounded by a bunch of people excited about bikes was a huge reminder for me of why bikes matter and why this hobby matters to us. Because it's not about, I can focus on my development as a cyclist and getting better and talk about watts and heart rate and all that stuff, and all that's great, and talking about technology and new wheels and new bikes or whatever we're working on. Like, all that stuff is amazing, but none of it really matters if you don't have a group of people to share it with. So being around that community was amazing, and the amount of people that stepped up to donate their time, Pete Hitzman, Joe Lawhorn, everybody from NICA, Ohio Mountain Bike League, everybody from Team Dayton, Team Hungary, Roll, Allied Forces Velo, Loveland Bike Rental, everybody that was a part of this event. Like, we can't thank you enough for donating your time, donating actual snacks, Infinite Nutrition, can't forget about them as well, for donating a whole bunch of drink mix. But yeah, like Doug said, community. But for me, this was my longest ride in honestly the last 5 years, and it's weird for me to say that, because for the first almost 10 years of my like adult cycling life, I relished in doing long rides and would do MS 150s and all of that stuff. And so it's weird for me to say that 100K is the longest that I've been on a bike in a long time, but it was, and I learned a lot. I didn't eat enough, bonked really hard at mile 54 and basically limped home. Had stomach issues, and for those of you who know what pulling a Dumoulin is, I had to do that. Found a very private area and had to take care of some business. So yeah, I was told that the people in Chillicothe are one with the land, so I was trying to do my part to blend in. But thankfully I was surrounded by I think the group that we were with was 7 or 8 people, depending on what mile we were at, and they were waiting. Like, after I blew up, I could not climb anymore. I could not get my heart rate to come down. For any of you who know what bonking feels like, you know, you've been there. You're not necessarily tired. You just have no power to put out. You have no sugar left. You have no fuel. So that was really good learning for me. There's a couple technical pieces of learning for me as well. I was geared wrong for that much climbing. I mean, we almost did a mile of vertical climbing in 100K, and my biggest gear was, or my smallest gear was 36/28. That, for being 185 pounds, that's a lot of gear to turn for 4.5 hours. So some good learnings there as well, going into next week with Barrier Roubaix, which is a little bit less climbing but the same amount of distance. So I think I can carry some of those learnings over. Definitely some learnings on nutrition and things like that to carry through. But yeah, just so profoundly touched by how many people risked coming with the rain, the forecast. Like Doug said in his talk this week, tons of chatter starting on Tuesday between the organizers of this event and wanting to cancel, wanting to postpone till Sunday when it was going to be colder. And finally, I think it was Friday morning, we just decided we have to, like, it looks like it's gonna be nice, we have to take the chance. If it rains, it'll at least be warmer, it won't be a big deal. And we got a couple little rain clouds here and there, but for the most part it was a Chamber of Commerce kind of day in Chillicothe area. So could not be more thankful for everybody, and already looking forward to the next one, whether it's the fall this year or spring next year, I don't know. But it was definitely the first annual, looking forward to doing many more to come. So That's really it for me this week. Just update on training and how badly I failed at fueling myself and just blowing up epically on my first long ride. So that's good. Failing's good. It feels nice. It feels kind of crappy, but also really good to learn from. So we'll see you guys next week. Be sure to click subscribe, hit the notifications, hit up thegravellot.com, check out this week's podcast, and hit up our other videos as well. So I will see you guys soon. Peace.